Hi everyone, this is Jill with Om Shanti Healing. I wanted to talk to you for a moment on energy and how it correlates to chronic pain. So, our experiences that we have, which is thousands a day, they come at us on an energetic level before we can process them with our senses. So, for example, if you have a catastrophic traumatic event happen in your life, it's going to hit you energetically before it actually hits you on a physical level. So over time, whether or not the event is negative or positive, however we process it, in most cases when people have chronic pain issues, it's due to something negative that has happened in their lives. An abuse situation, abandonment issues, whatever it may be, an accident, a severe catastrophic event, loss in their household, whatever it may be. Oftentimes, us humans don't like to move towards pain. So instead of dealing with the issue, really working through it and releasing it and letting it go, we oftentimes just kind of stuff it down deep and try to just go about our day without really letting that grief go and really kind of accepting it, really kind of forgiving that person or forgiving ourselves or however we need to do it. It's not really worked through to the point where you feel really no response when you think about it emotionally. When there's where you can kind of disconnect from the emotional attachment of that experience. When you think of it and it still upsets you, or it triggers you to want to drink or smoke or do drugs or whatever it is, it triggers you to want to overeat or, cravings of sorts, whatever. I mean, the scenarios are endless, but if that event makes a trigger happen in your body, then it's not really dealt with yet. Okay, so when people have this stuffing of emotions and their idea of healing is just stuffing it deep and not wanting to deal with it because it's too uncomfortable and painful to look at, then over time this creates disease and discomfort in the body. So energetically, places where I see trauma, abuse, is a lot in the sacral and root chakra areas. So these areas correlate with our sexual organs, and also in very short terms, the root chakra correlates with our sense of belonging somewhere or with someone or having a sense of community or connectedness to other humans. So when I see abuse issues related to this, like things that have happened in someone's childhood, and they're now an adult and they're dealing with it, over the many years that they've been stuffing it, they've developed some chronic back pain, some chronic pelvic pain, numbing, sexual dysfunction, incontinence, chronic leg pain, or what have you. Those scenarios are also endless, but they can show up in a person and they correlate directly to this abusive situation they were in when they were younger or what have you, that they felt a lack of safety and a really invasive situation in their lives. Oftentimes with neck and shoulder pain, there has been some abandonment issues, there have been some grief, some loss of loved ones, some chronic throat issues can be correlated to being a really extreme introvert or whatever degree of introvert you may be, just someone that doesn't speak their truth, doesn't express their creativity in a healthy way, and also feels like they have to kind of swallow their opinions on things because maybe they don't want to be confronted, or maybe they don't want to have some sort of confrontational experience with a specific human, or any human for that matter. So they swallow down their feelings, and they swallow down their opinions and their needs and their wants. And over time, that can develop into chronic neck pain, constrictions in the throat, chronic sore throat, thyroid issues, so forth. And we can certainly dive deeper into that when I see you in person. The heart chakra, to go back to the chest and arm area, the chronic shoulder pain, arm pain, hand pain, is all correlated to that heart energy stuff. So being afraid to love someone or love anyone, or being afraid to receive love, being kind of guarded because you were hurt once or twice or more than twice, and you don't really have a lot of trust in other people to keep you safe and love on you without expectation. You know, everybody has experienced loss. It's part of being human. But when we really kind of dwell and fester and kind of stuff it deep and become angry over it, and end up being alone when we really in our heart don't want to be alone, you know, those are all heart-related energies that can be cleared and purged. And those areas, all these areas I'm speaking of, can be gently worked with to give you a safe space to kind of work through it. And I'm not saying you have to look at it, at the ugliness of it and the painfulness of it and the discomfort of it, and reenact the whole experience when you have energy healing work done. It's not like that at all. All I do is I facilitate a pathway for energy to move through your body and around your body. And having those pathways of energy moving through and around your body create space for things to open up gently for you. So as you start to receive work, the first session's always a little bit apprehensive. There's a little bit of guard and an unknowing with every client, which is totally expected and fine. But that doesn't mean that there's not potential to go deep into it. So how I help you release chronic pain is I walk you through a visualized guided meditation, and we internalize. We visualize light. We breathe into our body and we guide the light all the way from the top of our head out through the tips of our toes. And we expand our energy field outward from there until you can feel almost like you're out of your own body, and very, very heavy but floaty at the same time, deeply relaxed. And in that space of pure awareness and consciousness, that's where you can give your brain time enough to be quiet, enough to give you some answers to your questions. You know, and it's all a very gentle, gradual process. And things come up as you are ready to kind of look at them. But you're in a space of healing, and I teach you so you can do it at home too, and you can work on your stuff in your own comfort space, in bed or wherever. And it just slowly starts to unravel that tightly bound stuff in your body that you've been holding on to for a long time. And maybe it's just a super stuck knot in your butt. Maybe it's a constant crunching in your shoulders. It's a consistent burning in your neck. Whatever it is, we can move energy through it. And with you helping me, we can open up pathways for relief, right? For emotional relief, for physical relief. And all kind of comes together and kind of unfolds together in this beautiful, gentle, empowering session of just unconditional, perpetual love. And you receive a lot. You receive a lot from getting the work done. And you will have some aha moments, and you will have some like eye-opening kind of self-actualization type of things happening to you as you get sessions done. So I'm happy to speak further with you on this. You can email me at highervibes4u@gmail.com. You can go on my website and book a session at omshantihealing.com. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can hear all my videos and watch and learn lots of awesome self-care techniques and ways to be empowered and just expand your awesomeness on this planet while you're here. So I love and adore all of you, and thank you for staying interested in my work, and I will see you next time. Have a good week. Namaste.